Hello friend, this is James Rittenhouse, founder and owner of Retire with James, and today's video is about 7 benefits of becoming a digital nomad. You ever thought about becoming a digital nomad? This is someone who works online, which gives them the freedom to travel the world and work from anywhere they choose. Whether it's at a coffee shop or lying poolside at the beach. They live life on their terms and they wouldn't have it any other way. If you're still undecided, then hopefully these 7 benefits will help you make up your mind and take the plunge. Benefit number 1, you get to see the world. This is probably the biggest and most obvious benefit of being a digital nomad. You get to see the world. There's so much to see on this little blue planet, so why would you confine yourself to one town or country? The world is much bigger than any place we hail from, and we'll never get to experience that if we stay cooped up in one area code. I know most of us have jobs and obligations, which makes it seem almost impossible to take a last-minute trip. But as a digital nomad, even if you had a spouse and kids, you could just take them with you. You could spend a few days in Paris one day, then visit Tokyo for a little bit, and finally land in Hawaii to soak up some sun rays. Which brings us to benefit number 2, which is you become more worldly. Travel opens your mind to the world outside your door, and that helps you to know your place that much better. As I stated before, the world we live in is pretty big. And there are as many cultures to experience as there are countries to visit, if not more. The only way to truly experience these cultures is by immersing yourself in them. One thing you'll begin to realize through your travels is just how relative culture is across different countries. In other words, what may be a norm in one culture will be taboo in another, and vice versa. Reason number 3 for becoming a digital nomad is that you become emboldened. You learn a lot when traveling, and specifically, you learn to be more courageous and more independent. The digital nomad is living a life that's very different than most people, and it takes a lot of courage to be different. For most of our lives, we're made to conform in one way or another. For example, when I went to elementary school, it was mandatory for everyone to be wearing the same clothes. After we graduate college, we're expected to get a job that we work for 40 years, get married, start a family, and teach our kids to do the same. Now, there have been many digital nomads who have been brought up in a similar environment, but managed to break free and create new rules for living life. Benefit number 4, you get to sample true freedom. We were born to be free, and yet many of us feel trapped by our responsibilities. Imagine what it feels like to genuinely be able to go anywhere you choose. Isn't this something you should experience at least once? You might be working a decent job with good benefits. And you might even have your own place. Heck, you might even drive a pretty nice car. But are you really free? Are you really doing the things that you want to be doing? Are you living the life you want to be living, or the life that you were told to live? If you think your life could be a lot better than it is right now, you're right, it can be. You can experience freedom on a level that even the gods would envy. That's the type of freedom that digital nomad experience, and you can have that too if you want it bad enough. Benefit number 5, people will be impressed. Look, we shouldn't do things just to impress other people. But the reaction you'll get as a digital nomad is incredible. Not only have you started your own business, but to take it on the road and see the world is doubly impressive. It's one thing to live a lifestyle that benefits you, but it's another thing entirely to live a life that inspires others as well. Benefit number 6, you meet incredible people. When you travel, there's an incredible sense of camaraderie, and you'll find that you'll meet some amazing people and make lifelong friends. In the age of social media, we can meet virtually anyone from anywhere via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or any other social media platform. But wouldn't it be even better if you can not only meet people from across the world, but meet them face to face as well? Now that's pretty cool. And we all know that interacting with someone face to face is much different than talking to them online, especially these days where anyone can be anybody and have less than noble intentions. That won't be a problem if you decide to live the lifestyle of a digital nomad. You'll forge friendships with people around the world that could last a lifetime. And finally, benefit number 7, you'll have the best profile photos. Okay, now, so this should be a primary motivation for going, but it sure is a cool bonus. Now you'll have plenty of amazing photos to look back on. And that's all I have for you today, folks. And before I forget, I have a free report I want to give you called the 7-Step Roadmap to Freedom, which breaks down step by step how to escape the rat race and start living like a digital nomad. You should see a link in the upper right hand of the screen, and there's also a link in the description, so make sure you give that a click and download your copy. Once again, this is James Rittenhouse from Retire with James. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.